Welcome back. It's the Gamechanger. So I have a pretty dope transformation for y'all. This is my boy Russ. If you look a while back, I did a few tutorials on Russ. He's actually getting married. He grew his hair out, had these long locks. He wants to change it up for his wedding, which I admire. I've been cutting Russ since he was in high school. It's crazy, right? So I'm going to talk you through, as I cut these locks off, I want to talk you through a few complications or difficult situations we're going to run into during this haircut. So he's a perfect client. On this side, which is the right side of Russ's hair, the area of his taper, for one, is thin. If you look, it's not really full. And then for two, it grows back towards his ear. And that can be so difficult whenever tapering. And also, if you look at the cowlick on his forehead, the hair right above his eyebrows grows straight back. So as you think that would be, or as you would assume, that's a nightmare when it comes to trying to achieve a great edge up. And Russ has a very narrow edge up. So we'll conquer all those things, cutting the locks off. So you know we got to transform this to make it look like he's had a cut for years consistently. Yeah. Now, when you're cutting off locks, you want to look at where the lock actually locked at last, and you want to cut right below that just to give the client enough hair to wash. But yeah, it's off now. So the crazy thing is, right, if I just take you through my process, after I get all the hair cut off, I'm looking at the hair and seeing, okay, as I'm picking, how well can I manipulate this hair without washing it? My boy Russ has a great hair texture. He has a very, very, very tightly wound coily hair pattern. So I'm definitely gonna have to use the hot rag and some lather to lay that hair down. So now that I'm seeing that, and also with his hair still standing up, this is the worst time to use the desired length guard. I repeat, I'm going to cut his hair to a higher length than what the final look is going to be, because at this level, at this with his hair in this state, if I cut his hair with the desired length, oh, it'll take off way more because his hair is standing straight up, right? I haven't manipulated, I haven't laid it back down. So lay it down a little bit. You can wash it. This is fresh off a wash or a hot rag and lather. Lay it down some, then I cut it to a 1.5. Hair still standing up, but as we work, we'll manipulate that hair more. My boy Russ is getting a high taper. Now, he has a very narrow, skinny, tiny edge up. So that means I have to be very precise and disciplined with that primary line. Primary line is the line that I just cut in first to separate skin from hair. This is the secondary line. Usually I do about a 1/2 inch, but I'll do probably 1/4 inch if you want me to be exact, somewhere around there, because his edge up is narrow. That separates the light hair from the dark hair. So when I separate the skin from the hair, the light from the dark, and then when I blend all of that in, the sections and the parts, it'll give me a nice transition. Okay, so now what I'm doing, because Russ's edge up and work surface is narrow, I stretch the skin. If you notice, when I was blending that first line out, I pulled, like right now, with that offhand, after I comb, I stretch the skin either up or down, which extends my workspace and gives me more of a surface area to work from. Now what I'm doing is I'm debulking. I'm taking that 1.5 guard and I'm knocking off a lot of that bulk. It's so much density in this area. I'm not making his hair shorter per se, but I am taking away that bulk. So that way, when it's time for me to actually start to blend and fade and transition this area to make it one, it's easier to fade lighter or thinner hair than it is to fade thicker, more condensed hair, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Now, so after a 1.5, I use a 1 and I just go down. 1.5, 1, and right here, my snaggletooth blade is my 1/16. No, I don't do it on purpose. It has no actual intent or benefits. I just break my guards because I'm destructive, and I haven't went to Clutch Barber Supply to replace them. Shout out. Simple as that. Don't make it more or less in the comments. So now if you notice, I'm using the corner of this blade, not because the teeth on the blade are broke, but because I'm working a small area, because Russ has a small edge up. Because the worst thing I could do in this moment is take this taper too high, because I can take more hair off, but I can't put hair on. I'm talking to the new cadence. Can you tell? The pause and the stop and the go. I'm just talking, ignore me. Okay, so as you can see, this is finally starting to come together. Now, as it comes together, my confidence grows. Once you see your work start to grow, your confidence grows. Look at this, saucy, icy, smooth. Now what I'll do is I'm coming back with the clipper, whatever you prefer. right? And I'm taking the corner and I'm blending all of these sections together, right? So that line that separated the light from dark, I blended that. Then before I blended the light to dark line, I debulked it with the 1.5, 1 and 1/16. Now that I made that line light and thin, what am I doing now? I'm blending it together. Do you see the way this taper is coming together? Beautifully. Now, after I get a beautiful taper on the side, I'm feeling myself. You can't tell me nothing, right? You can't tell me anything. No double negative. That was a double negative too. I think my wife or kids is watching me. Come on in. Pause. Okay, I had to make sure that wasn't a bad guy. It was my wife. It's a great woman. So now, same technique in the back, but I want you to look at the crown. Look at the top of his head. Do you see these lines and spaces? And all that is clumped up hair, right? So all I'm going to do is put a warm rag to lay that thing down. Resection, retrain the hair. You got to think my boy Russ had locks for over 7-8 years. 7-8 years. His hair is used to growing up and out, and there also it's been parted, it's been manipulated. Now we want to lay it back down, and we have to retrain it. So let me take this time to talk you through the line system. As you can see right now, I'm blending out that first line. The first line separates the skin from the hair, right? Because obviously any transition has to go from light to dark or from no hair to hair. Now, the secondary line, which is the one that I'm attacking right now, separates the light hair from the dark hair, because if you watch any blend or any fade or any transition, it goes from light to dark. Now, can I go from light to dark with this dense, bulky, condensed hair? Maybe. Sure I can. But why would I? When there's a proven formula, shout out Gamechanger Shave Gel. When there's a proven formula that, you know what, the lighter the hair, the less dense this hair, the easier it is to fade. Why not do it? Now, because I'm going to fade this anyway, so why not take away the density with a larger guard? Slow down, Devontae. You moving too fast for him. Rephrase. All I'm doing is debulking that line. Everything else getting thinned out is a byproduct of what the line needs. That line that separates the light hair from the dark hair needs to be very thin. When I say thin, it doesn't need to be bulky. It doesn't need to be full of mass. It doesn't need one hard, long line of hair. It needs to be light. So that's why I go from the 1.5 to the 1 to the 1/16. Snag a tooth, no reason intended. And do you see how it's starting to lighten up? See, this is the point of the haircut where I get lit. I'm still debulking, but I'm doing what I tell y'all not to do. I'm thinking about the next step, because I know once I'm done debulking, I'm about to tear this shit up. I know that when I put my clippers in my hand with no guard right now, I'm about to eat this shit up like a snack. It's easy money for me because I did the hard work. I debulked. Do you see that shit? They should call me the eraser, bro. I'm about to go from the game changer to the eraser because this shit ain't fair. Excuse my language. I apologize for my under 13 watchers, tuners, whatever, subscribers. Do you see the way I'm milking this cow? Right? Do you see? Do you see what I'm doing? I'm sorry, bro. This is, see, right now, I'm supposed to be professional, but this is what my brain be thinking. You see the way I'm washing these windows? You see the way I'm cleaning this room? You see the way I'm checking? This shit is easy money for me. You know why? Because I debulked. Stop questioning me. Do you see that taper? Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Come on, man. I'll see y'all a little bit later. Listen, continue to watch. I'll be back soon. This shit is disgusting, like in a good way, right? Okay, now we back to the front. I talk too much. All right. So now I'm doing the same thing on the edge up. I want to look at that. That's crazy. Kyrie with the handles on the Clippers. Now, this is the issue I was telling you about. I don't fight it by going against the grain. I just comb it back the way it goes. Simple as that. Simple as that. I'll do a short. I'm actually doing a short or a reel on this side tapering. Then I lay my lather. I slather my lather on the scalp. Put a warm rag for 15 to 20 seconds. Right? To lay the hair down. You soften the cuticles up, which is the outer layer of the hair shaft. Now you can manipulate it better. Thank me later. No trick. Then once you do that, right, you can put whatever. I haven't dropped the product, so I'm not going to shout out one. put a little sheen and shine on there, a little bit of oil. And now, tell me if y'all want to know what I'm doing right here, but y'all ain't ready for that. I'll tell y'all about that on another video. Because this ain't, y'all ain't ready for that game yet. Then you know what I mean? Do what I'm doing through, whoop-de-whoop, wop, 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 hit that there. And then next thing you know, hey, yo, go buy my shave gel for real. This shave gel is not like any other shave gel. Yes, everybody say that. I didn't get this done overseas. I went to a lab locally. And you know what makes my shave gel special? The thickness in the mass. And the aloe. The aloe moisturizes the skin. Look at that. The most beautiful woman in the world is walking in. Ooh, that's my baby. Since high school. 20 years. Anyway, what happens is the moisture from the aloe keeps the skin lubricated. Pause. Then what happens is the thickness of the gel, it weighs the hair down, but it also prevents the pulling and the snagging of the razor, so it allows the razor to glide smoother. That's why, thank you. Thank me later, bro. No Drake. Buy the shave gel, for real. I'm not saying it's gonna give you my skills, but it will make the process much easier for you. Then after you get a beautiful edge up on the front, what do you do next? I'm about to show you. You pull that ear down and you go around the ear. You keep the edge up nice and natural as possible. Yo, I hope y'all enjoy me talking in my tutorial. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy the end of this video. Man, tell me what y'all think about this cut, bro. Stop playing with me for real. When I tell you I do this, I do this. I mean, don't get me in my bag. I'm just hype right now. I don't know why I'm hype. I gotta go before I say something I don't mean. See ya. Just subscribe. Mm-hmm.